Time magazine naming you one of the 100 most influential people of the year. Wow. What did that feel like?
That felt really surreal. Something that just totally wasn't expected at all. So it was pretty fun.
Not just fun. I mean, what an honor for you professionally in an industry where women are not the norm in terms of being in any sort of mass at the top. In venture capital. What does that acknowledgement mean to you?
I think it's really important for the industry. I think that it is recognizing that the conversation about the lack of women in investing, the need for more diversity is getting elevated and getting more attention. And I think it was an opportunity to kind of celebrate that there are more women rising to the ranks and being successful in the category.
You have made so many prescient investments: Birchbox, Jet, Dollar Shave Club, Hotel Tonight, Bonobos. You see what others don't very early on. I should note, Jet just sold to Walmart for $3.3 billion.
Yep.
Unilever bought Dollar Shave Club for $1 billion. You just shot up to number 12 among the top 50 venture capitalists in the world. What do you look at that you think makes these companies special? Why do you get it right so much more than you get it wrong?
That's a big question, and I think that one part of it is that I've always believed through my career in the power of focus, and I've kind of dedicated myself to understanding what's going on with the consumer, what's happening with their discretionary shopping patterns and habits, how companies are playing into that, guiding it, or reacting to it.
Yet when you look at the numbers, according to PitchBook, which tracks a lot of this, VC firms invested $58.2 billion in U.S. companies with all male founders in 2016. But women founders received just $1.46 billion in funding last year. If the data proves otherwise, that women are good at this, why is the funding so off?
There's really no good excuse for that kind of disparity in the funding. Part of why this conversation's getting elevated is that people are kind of waking up to that reality. In the venture ecosystem, we're looking to fund these ambitious businesses that have outsized kind of growth opportunities, and I think a founder that tends to be successful in getting something off the ground is somebody who is not afraid to own their ambition, displays real leadership and confidence, and is willing to kind of ask for what they need and what they want. And maybe as women, we haven't been doing enough of that.
Asking enough
maybe
for
we
what
haven't
we
been
need,
doing
what we
enough
want,
of
what
that
we deserve.
with real authority and conviction around what we're doing.
So when I asked you about a year ago, sexism in Silicon Valley, is it real? You paused for a moment and you said yes. And I want to know more about that and what you've seen in the last year. What's going on?
It's a really important conversation. It's also a tricky conversation to navigate. I think that just the way we were referencing investors looking at entrepreneurs and looking for things that they're comfortable with or similarities, I suspect that that happens amongst partnerships too.
Have you experienced it? Have you lived that sexism in your rise up?
Poppy, I think I would be naive if I answered that question no. I mean, I think I'm sure I have. Just very candidly, I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it. I didn't have time to think about it. There is a part of me that feels like I have to show up and be better and smarter and et cetera, all those things. And maybe that's not fair, but it is what it is a little bit. And it's not necessarily a bad thing either.
How do you think about what is next for you? And do you think, okay, I've made it? Or is there so much more yet to be done?
Oh no, there's so much more. There's so much more to do on all fronts. I think, just getting back practically to Forerunner, I think what's the evolution that's ahead of us in retail is really just starting to kind of take some accelerated shape. So I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for that. I think I'm really energized by the people I get to work with and the opportunities that creates, not only for new investment companies, but for growing our team at Forerunner and what we're doing there. I'm getting increasingly interested in this conversation about being a woman in business and what that means.
Do you invest deliberately more in female-run companies because there is a lack of parity?
Poppy, we invest in the best entrepreneurs, the people that are like the best position to bring to life the companies that they invest. The honest answer to that question is we've never invested in a male, we've never invested in a female. We've just invested in the right entrepreneur. And that being said, we have almost 40% of our portfolio founders are females.